From a psychological perspective, people who tend to overanalyze even the smallest details are frequently misunderstood. If you recognize yourself in this, remember you are not insecure, not unstable, not irritating, and absolutely not damaged. Often, your mind operates at a speed and depth that makes ordinary thinking seem slow, surface level, or even recklessly careless. And if you lie awake at night, replaying conversations or imagining every possible future scenario, there are genuine psychological explanations for that. First, you possess what can be called a built-in survival intelligence. When you overthink, you are not merely worrying, you are actively scanning for danger. Studies suggest that worrying evolved as a trait connected to higher cognitive ability in early human history. The individuals who thought ahead were the ones who sensed predators nearby or prepared for harsh winters. This isn't paranoia, it's readiness. Your brain is designed to anticipate problems before they arise so you can address them, while others walk into difficult situations without preparation. You've already mentally rehearsed the outcome multiple times. You don't overthink because you are fragile. You do it because your instincts push you to protect yourself and those you care about. However, being wired for protection explains your ability to anticipate danger, but it doesn't fully explain why you still replay an awkward interaction from years ago. That part is tied to emotional processing. Second, your mind runs deep emotional simulations to prevent causing harm to others. People who overthink are rarely self-centered. More often, they are highly empathetic. Psychology refers to this as predictive processing. You revisit conversations not out of self-obsession, but because you're evaluating how your words may have affected someone else. You fear being misunderstood or unintentionally hurting others. As a result, you constantly adjust your behavior to ensure you are acting with kindness and integrity. While some people speak without reflection, you carefully choose your words. You carry the emotional consequences of every interaction because the outcome matters deeply to you. But caring at this level consumes enormous mental energy, which leads to a trait many people incorrectly label as laziness. Third, you have a deep processing brain. You don't simply live experiences, examine them. Psychology connects this to the highly sensitive person trait. Your mind doesn't filter out minor details. You notice subtle changes in tone, fleeting facial expressions, and the hidden implications behind a message. Research shows that your brain processes information more intensely and thoroughly than most. That's why you feel drained even after a day that seems unproductive. You weren't idle. You were processing massive amounts of sensory input that others didn't even register. You overthink because you absorb more from the world than most people can tolerate. And while this constant intake is exhausting, it also fuels something powerful: creativity. This is where your challenge turns into an advantage. Fourth, you have an exceptionally vivid imagination that needs direction. Overthinking is imagination without a purpose. Research reveals a strong link between anxiety and creativity. Your mind is a machine that generates possibilities, narratives, and connections. When that machine isn't given a meaningful problem to solve, it turns inward and invents problems that aren't real. The same mental system that visualizes worst-case scenarios is responsible for creating art, strategies, and innovation. You are not broken mentally. You are dealing with unused creative energy. Your brain is craving a complex challenge to focus on. Fifth, you refuse to accept average results. Many overthinkers are perfectionists beneath the surface. You dissect every decision because you're searching for the best possible outcome. You don't aim to just survive, you aim to do things properly. Research shows that although this trait is mentally taxing, it often results in higher quality work and more thoughtful decisions over time. You hesitate and reconsider because your standards are higher. You're constantly trying to close the gap between reality and how you believe things should be. So, here's the truth. Overthinking doesn't mean you're unstable. It means your mind functions differently, with greater foresight, stronger empathy, heightened sensitivity, and a relentless drive for excellence. You have the mindset of a strategist in a world that often rewards impulsive behavior. You are not malfunctioning. You're simply running on a more advanced operating system. If you're the kind of person who stays awake late questioning life, existence, and the universe, Drop a brain emoji in the comments so we can recognize each other. And if you want to truly understand the psychology behind your complex mind, hit subscribe now because the next video might completely change how you view yourself.